and science. Students, you all know that the last class we were discussing the chapter chemical reactions and equations. In this chapter, in the very beginning of this chapter, we come across the definition, examples, activities, and the characteristics of chemical reactions. Then after that, we focused on chemical equations. Then in that, there are two types. One is balanced and second one is unbalanced chemical equations. Then after balancing a chemical equation, we learned how to make it as a more informative. It is either by indicating the physical state, then upward arrow mark for liberation of the gas, downward arrow mark for precipitate, then by indicating the heat changes, and by indicating the conditions under which chemical reaction takes place, right? So these are the criteria that we use for making a chemical equation as more informative. Then after that, we focused on different types of chemical reactions. Maybe we have classified the chemical equations into four types. They are, one is combination, second one is decomposition, third one is displacement, fourth one is double displacement. In the last class, we just got the information regarding these types of chemical reactions with definitions and few examples. Is it not? So as I said, we are going to learn the types of chemical reactions in part by part. First definitions and examples, then activities, then further information, that is sub-chemical reactions. Okay, and as in this chapter, balancing chemical equation is very important. As I said in the beginning, every day, in every class, we are going to just balance any 2 or 3 chemical equations. So before going to continue the concepts, first just I'll go for taking 2 unbalanced chemical equations. Then after balancing them, we'll move on to the concept. Yes, you may just write balance chemical equations. Balance the chemical equations. In that today's class, just I'm going to take 2 equations. One is magnesium hydroxide, MgOH twice. You all know that the common name of this compound is, anybody want to recall it? It is called milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia, MgOH twice. Then you also know that it is basic in nature, right? Is it not? It turns red litmus to blue. Then I go for taking one of the acid which is commonly used in the laboratory. It is HCl, hydrochloric acid. See, here we have base and acid. You are very familiar with acid-base reaction. Then what are the products that are formed during in case of acid-base reaction?
Salt and water, sir.
Very good. Salt and water. When acid reacts with base, salt and water are formed. Or when base reacts with acid, salt and water are formed. Then what is name the salt that is formed here?
MgCl2, sir.
Yes. Here magnesium. Here chlorine. We'll get a salt called magnesium chloride. That is MgCl2. It is its chemical formula. Plus water. It is H2. Let's go for balancing it. You go for taking the elements in one. One is magnesium, second one is oxygen, third one is hydrogen, fourth one is chlorine. And in the LHS part, that is on the reactant side, number of atoms of magnesium, 1. Oxygen has here 2 atoms. Hydrogen has 2 plus 1, 3. Then chlorine, only 1 atom. Similarly, on the product side, magnesium has only 1 atom, oxygen has 1 atom, hydrogen has 2 atoms and chlorine has 2 atoms. Then which element can be considered for balancing a chemical equation?
Oxygen, sir.
Oxygen, either oxygen or chlorine. See, here of course we have 3 atoms of hydrogen, but we won't consider this one. The reason is here hydrogen is distributed in 2 compounds. That is why we will go for giving preference for the next element having maximum number of atoms. In that, see, oxygen has 2 atoms, chlorine has 2 atoms. You can go for balancing any one of these 2. I go for taking oxygen. Here 2 is there, here is 1. What should be multiplied?
2, sir.
It should be multiplied by 2. Here I write Mg OH twice magnesium hydroxide plus HCl as it is gives rise to MgCl2 magnesium chloride plus H2O. Here 2 should be multiplied on the product side. And the corresponding element is oxygen. Oxygen is here. Hence, I'll write compounds. Oxygen is balanced. Here 2 atoms. Here 2 atoms. Whereas now next one is hydrogen. Hydrogen is here 2 2s are 4 atoms. Whereas here hydrogen 2 is there. Remaining 2. We want remaining 2. Hence I'll multiply this by 2. Now oxygen is balanced. Next hydrogen is balanced. Next one is chlorine atom. Here 2 atoms of chlorine, 2 atoms of chlorine. That is also balanced. Then go for taking magnesium. Here 1 atom, 1 atom. So this is balanced chemical equation. Got it? Vijayta, Gautami. Got it? Okay. Yes. This is balanced chemical equation. So let me go for taking one more. And this was given in the examination. Same particular. One is aluminium sulfate. Aluminium sulfate. Chemical formula. It is AlSO4.
Al2SO4 base.
Very good. See that Al 3 plus SO4 2 minus crossing over charges. Al2 SO4 thrice. Al2 SO4 thrice plus NaOH. NaOH. This is the base gives rise to. When these two react with each other, okay. Can you tell?
Aluminum hydroxide plus sodium
Yes.
sulfate.
Aluminium hydroxide. See, positive ion, negative ion. Next, here, positive ion, negative ion. Aluminium hydroxide, then sodium sulfate. Here I'll write aluminium hydroxide, AlOH thrice. Formula should be written properly. AlOH thrice because Al3 plus OH 1 minus. Crossing over charges, you get AlOH thrice plus sodium sulfate, Na2 plus SO4 2 minus. These to get cancelled, you'll get
Sir, Na charge is 1, sir.
Na1 plus Na2 SO4. Na2 SO4. Then, now let's go for balancing the chemical equation. Here, I'll write the elements involved are aluminium, sulfur, oxygen, sodium, and hydrogen. These are the elements involved. And write the number of atoms of each element on reactant side and product side. On reactant side, number of aluminium atoms 2, sulfur atom, here 3 is there, multiply this. 3 ones are 3. Oxygen, here 3 fours are 12. 12 plus 1, 30. Next sodium, only one atom, and hydrogen, only one atom. Next on the RHS side, that is on the product side, aluminum has only one atom, sulfur has one atom, oxygen here 3 ones are 3, here 4, 3 plus 4, 7, I'll write 3 plus 4. Next, sodium has 2 atoms and hydrogen on the right hand side, that is reactant side, 3. Now, which element can be considered for balancing?
Hydrogen.
Can we go for taking hydrogen?
Aluminium, sir. Aluminium.
Aluminium?
Sulfur, sir, sulfur.
Sodium, sir, sodium.
3 atoms.
Sodium.
Hydrogen has
Sulfur.
maximum 3 atoms. So either you may go for taking sulfur or hydrogen. Right? This is our first preference. Yes, try to balance it. Just I'll give you 10 seconds. Have you balanced? Yes. Let us try to balance it. Look here, if you go for considering sulfur, look at, if you consider sulfur, it should be multiplied by 3. Just observe. 3 multiply ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ on the right hand side where the sulfur is there, you will go for writing 3. 3 multiply ಮಾಡಿ. Next, see that sulfur is balanced, whereas oxygen, here 3 fours are 12. 12 plus 1, 13. Here 12 plus 1, 13. Sodium, 3 twos are 6. Here is only 1. Can we write 6? Yes, 6. Then hydrogen, here 6. Here is 3. We can write 2. It's not visible to you, right? Answer there you go, 6, 2 and 3. Did you understand? Say yes or no. Yes. Rajwal is telling yes. Purvi, Spurti, BR, no, not understood. Okay, I'll rewrite here. It is aluminum sulfate, Al2SO4 thrice plus NaOH, gives rise to aluminum hydroxide, AlOH thrice plus Na2SO4. Observe. Please observe. Look here. Yeah. Of course, oxygen has maximum number of atoms. Here, 12 plus 1, there, 3 plus 4. Should we consider this? Spurti BR? Should we consider oxygen atom for balancing? No. Here, the atoms are distributed to 2 compounds. Hence, we will go for choosing the next element having maximum number of atoms. Next elements under aluminum, sulfur, sodium, hydrogen. In these, sulfur has maximum 3, hydrogen has maximum 3. You can go for taking any one of these two, either sulfur or hydrogen. And it's sulfur thought. Here 3 and 1. We have to equalize this. Number of atoms of sulfur. Here 3. Here is 1. It should be multiplied by 3. Got it? Yes. Now, where the 3 has to be multiplied? On the reactant side. On the reactant side. And it is corresponding to the element called sulfur. In sulfur, here is sulfur. Hence, I go for multiplying 3. Got it? Okay. Now, see that sulfur, 3 atoms. Here, sulfur, 3 atoms. Next, oxygen, 3 4s are 12. 12 atoms of oxygen plus 3. 11. 3 plus 12. But in count one, here is only one oxygen atom. Here, 3 4s are 12. 12 plus 1. 13. But here 3 plus 12, 15 is there. Balance because it is distributed. I go for taking sodium. 3 2s are how much? 6. 6 atoms of sodium. Here only one atom is there. Hence I go for writing 6. Clear up? Now sodium atom is balanced. Oxygen, sulfur atom is balanced. Next, see that. Sodium, 6 atoms of sodium, 6 atoms of sodium. Over. Next, hydrogen. Here, 6 atoms of hydrogen. Here, 3 atoms of hydrogen. Here 6, here 3. What should be multiplied here?
2, sir.
2 should be multiplied into 2. I'll write 2 here. Now, sodium is balanced, sulfur is balanced, then hydrogen is balanced. Next, aluminum. See, 2 atoms of aluminum. Here is already 2 atoms. Next, last, we will go for considering oxygen. Count model, oxygen. Here, 3 4s are 12. 6 1s are 6. Here, 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6. Plus 3 4s are 12. 12 plus 6 18, 12 plus 6 18. Got it? When the atoms are distributed to 2 or more compounds, we won't consider that one. We will consider other elements having maximum number of atoms. Then we will go on balancing. But while balancing also, we will give preference to, we will give last preference to the element having the element whose atoms are distributed to 2 or more compounds. Got it? Now, oxygen balance. So I think these two chemical equations are enough. But again, we can recall 2 more equations in tomorrow's class. Now we are moving to the next concept of this chapter. If understood, I'll go for rubbing it.
Sir, I have doubts.
Okay. Dear students, as I said in the last class, we will discuss about the different types of chemical equations part by part. We have mainly 4 important chemical equations, chemical reactions: combination, decomposition, displacement, double displacement. Right? In that first one, combination. Combination, chemical combination is in any type of chemical reaction, any chemical reaction, if 2 or more substances combine to form single product, then it is called combination reaction. The type of chemical reaction in which 2 or more chemical substances combine to form single product is known as chemical combination. We took many examples for this reaction, right? Now we are focusing on activities. Some activities related to these equations or these reactions one by one, right? Side A, activities related to combination reaction activities related to combination reaction. Well, see, we have plenty of activities with respect to each type of chemical reactions, but I am going to give you the textbook information. In textbook, they have given two important activities with respect to chemical combination. One is the most familiar type of familiar chemical reaction that we know and that we take always. What is that?
Magnesium.
Magnesium.
Burning of magnesium. What is that? Question is given like this. Explain the activity to show burning of magnesium is a combination reaction. This is the question. So we have to explain that with a neat level diagram as well. So I'll go for explaining this quickly, and you should also write with. Right. Activity 1. Activity 1. The aim of this activity is to show burning of magnesium ribbon. Burning of magnesium ribbon or magnesium metal is a combination reaction. The combination reaction. Alright. And you should go on drawing the figure with me quick as possible. We can draw the diagram in a simplest way. Quickly take scale and pencil. Please don't go for wasting the time. Quick as possible. First, we will draw the figure. In that, draw a Bunsen burner. This is a Bunsen burner. Draw like a cylinder. Then this is the simplest way of doing it. You can show the gas pipe. Then here you can show the flame as well. Flame. Next, here the magnesium ribbon or magnesium strip is to be introduced in the flame, and we know that it is to be held. The tongs or test tube holder that can be drawn in this way. See that how simple it is to draw. And this is handle. Alright. And here we'll go for drawing the watch glass. This is watch glass. Hope that your drawing is over, right? The activity is so simple. Listen to me. Dear students, repeatedly I have been reminding you one of the important points with respect to this magnesium ribbon is soon after taking the magnesium ribbon, it should be wiped with or it should be rubbed with a sandpaper, right? What is the reason for this? Because to remove the unwanted impurity called basic magnesium carbonate. In that, on the surface of the magnesium ribbon, basic magnesium carbonate will be there, which is the combination of magnesium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide. By removing it, by removing that unwanted impurity, we can readily make it to react with oxygen present in the air while burning. Got it? Followed. Then after wiping it with a sandpaper, then you just fix that magnesium strip in the fire tongs or else test tube holder. Then after that, introduce that in the Bunsen burner flame. We know that if we observe that it burns with a white dazzling flame, right? That is what very bright light flame is formed. Then at last we get a white residue. We call that as magnesium oxide. Followed here, magnesium ribbon on burning, it reacts with air, that is reaction with oxygen present in the air, and produces magnesium oxide. You aduna decorate ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಕೂರ್ಬೇಡಿ. You can draw with me. That's why I've shown in a simplest way. Sushant, still you are drawing. Okay. Observe it. Magnesium ribbon on burning, it reacts with oxygen to produce magnesium oxide. Here, how many compounds are there or how many substances are there on the reactant side? Two,
sir.
Right. As a result of chemical reaction, how many products are obtained? One. That means these two combine chemically to form a single product. That is why it is a combination reaction. Understood? Even this was asked in the examination as well. So you need to write the procedure as well. Procedure 1. 2 lines and complete agro. Leveling can be done by yourself, no? Just marking what it is? 5 tongs or else test tube holder. This is magnesium strip. This is Bunsen burner. Next, this is watch glass. Here, after that, we get a white powdery mass. This is called magnesium oxide. Then, meanwhile, I'll give you just 2 to 3 points with respect to this activity. Right? Procedure. Very welcome. Procedure. It is right. Fix or rub the magnesium strip in the 5 tongs. Fix or rubbed magnesium ribbon in the test tube holder. Test tube holder or 5 tongs. 5 tongs. This is first point. Second point, again, this is also very simple. Then what we have to do? Then introduce the magnesium ribbon in the Bunsen burner flame. Right. Introduce magnesium ribbon or magnesium strip in the Bunsen burner flame. Bunsen burner flame. This is the procedure. Next, what is that? Next is our observation. What we have observed?
Magnesium ribbon is
Right? Yes. It is observed that magnesium ribbon burns with white dazzling flame. Right? Or it produces white dazzling flame. Why? As it reacts with oxygen present in the atmosphere. Right? Next, it is Observe that. Observe that. Observe that magnesium ribbon or strip burns with white bright light or white dazzling flame. And produces white powdery mass called magnesium oxide. Right? Then see, arrangement is over, procedure is over, then observation is over. Next one is
Conclusion.
Conclusion. Chemical, whatever the chemical reaction takes place, that should be expressed symbolically, nothing but equation. In your previous class, how to write the experiment ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Here I write. Let me write the chemical equation. It is magnesium reacts with oxygen to produce magnesium oxide. Here or 2 atoms of oxygen. Here 2. Here 2. 2 reactants involved to form single product. Therefore, it is a chemical combination. Right? Therefore, it is burning of magnesium ribbon is a chemical combination. Okay, this much should be written. Is it not simple? Yes. Now we are moving to another activity. This is also well-known activity for us. And this activity is also related to combination reaction. Has been given in the textbook as well. I'm going to take the same. Chandra, hope that you have finished. Hi, Chanama. Oh, okay. Now listen. What is the English name of the word called sunna?
Lime.
Quicklime.
Calcium carbonate.
Carbonate.
English name. Quicklime ante alva? Is it not? Quicklime. Then what is the chemical name of quicklime?
CaCO3.
Carbonate.
No.
Calcium oxide.
Calcium oxide.
Calcium oxide. We have already come to know the reaction between calcium oxide and water, right? What is produced when calcium oxide reacts with water?
Calcium carbonate.
Calcium carbonate form agutta. Calcium hydroxide.
Calcium hydroxide.
You have already forgotten. In beaker, we'll go for taking some crystals of calcium oxide. Then we will go for adding water to that. Then small sparks are produced on the surface of the calcium oxide. And when you touch the beaker, you feel it is hard. Means in that vigorous reaction takes place between calcium oxide and water and produces good amount of heat. And due to the reaction between these two compounds, that is calcium oxide and water, calcium hydroxide is formed. Right? Followed or not? You okay. I'll go for giving you that activity. Please write. Activity 2. Even this has been asked in the examination. The question in ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದಾರಂತೆ. Yes. Question ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Explain with a neat level diagram to show reaction between calcium oxide and water is a chemical combination. This is the question they had given. Now, I'll give you that. To show reaction between calcium oxide and water. Writing it symbolically, we write in words. Reaction between calcium oxide and water is combination reaction. This activity is also very simple, and we need to draw the figure with respect to this. Right. Go on drawing with me. This is the experiment table. Here we are going to draw a beaker. This is a beaker. If you go on drawing with me, it will be easy to complete. This is beaker. In this beaker, we have taken some crystals of calcium oxide. These are calcium oxide crystals, and this is beaker. Over. Now again, I'm going to redraw the same figure. That is beaker containing calcium oxide crystals. Let's draw this as possible. Then here these are the crystals. Alright. Listen, we will go for taking some amount of water in the test tube, and this should be added to the beaker containing calcium oxide. Now let me go for drawing the test tube. Here is draw marker. This is the test tube. Then add water to the beaker containing calcium oxide crystals. This is test tube. Alright. This is the procedure. Is it not simple? See, the first point is take some crystals of calcium oxide in a beaker. Second point is add water to it along the inner wall of the beaker. Because you know that the reaction between these two is vigorous, and it should not spurt. That is why we will go for adding the water along the inner wall of the beaker. Then next, after adding the water, what is the next one? Next point, it is observation. What is our observation? We will observe that water and calcium oxide will react vigorously. That can be noticed by observing this. It will start, it appears like the solution is boiling, or some bubbles will come out, and even there is small sparks on the crystals of calcium oxide. Then after that, when you touch the beaker, how do you feel? You feel it is warm or even hot also. Simple way of drawing. Just I'm drawing the hand. You can also draw with me. This is thumb. This is forefinger, then this is middle finger, and is ring finger, then this is small finger. Yes. You feel it is hot. Over. Look. Then when the reaction is taking place, you can come to know that a new substance is found in the beaker. This new substance is calcium hydroxide. Then just keep observing. Okay, calcium oxide reacts with water to produce calcium hydroxide solution, CaOH twice. Dear students, you are also very familiar with this calcium hydroxide solution. Have you seen anywhere else? You ಸುಣ್ಣ ನೋಡಿದಿರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸುಣ್ಣದ ನೀರನ್ನು ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ, calcium hydroxide. And usually when the building construction is everything is over, then we will go for applying
Whitewash.
calcium hydroxide for whitewashing. Before painting, we'll go for whitewashing it. In that time, we will go for applying calcium hydroxide. You just, and soon after applying calcium hydroxide, nobody will go for painting it. It will be left for around 3 to 4 days as it is. Do you know why?
Because it's reacts
Reason
with
is to
carbon
make the wall to get shiny appearance. And then when you apply calcium hydroxide to the wall for whitewashing, if you apply this one and leave it for 2 to 3 days, and 3 days after the wall, it will start getting the shiny appearance. Do you know the reason for the shiny appearance of the wall after 2 to 3 days of after whitewashing? What's the reason?
it will react with carbon
React
dioxide
with atmosphere, calcium
as
carbonate, sir.
calcium carbonate.
ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ okay, ಈಗ ಇದನ್ನೇ ವಾಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. we have applied calcium hydroxide. It is left for 2 to 3 days, then it will be having shiny appearance. The reason for this is this calcium hydroxide, CaOH twice, it slowly reacts with carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere. CO2, carbon dioxide ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. On reacting with the carbon dioxide, it forms very thin layer of calcium carbonate
Plus water.
and water vapor.
Plus
Look at, we know that calcium carbonate, it is nothing but limestone. Limestone ಅದು shiny appearance ಇರುತ್ತೆ. In Kannada, have you heard about pena? We'll go for using chalk piece, no?
yes sir.
ಅದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪೇಣ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. That is, that pena, it is hard. It is nothing but calcium carbonate. Followed? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Once I tell you, wall get a shiny appearance after 2 to 3 days after applying calcium hydroxide solution, because calcium hydroxide solution reacts slowly with the carbon dioxide and forms a thin layer of calcium carbonate on the wall. And this calcium carbonate, its nature is its nature only is shiny appearance. That is why wall get shiny appearance. Clear? Artha aitala? Who is that? Rupa Sanjeev. You change your name. Over. Rupa Sanjeev. Very good. Yes. Here also you notice that calcium oxide reacts with water. That is, two reactants combine chemically to form calcium hydroxide. How many products? Only one product is there. So that is why it is a combination reaction. Two substances react or combine chemically to form single product. Right. Hope that you have drawn this. Procedure quick as possible. only a few points. Sir. First point. What is the first point? It should be written off your own. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಹೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. That's why I'm making you to write. Yes. The first point is take some crystals of calcium oxide in a beaker. Right. Take few crystals or few pieces of calcium oxide. The beaker. Next point. What is the next procedure?
Take water.
Put some
Take
water on
water
beaker
in
with
a
the help
tube
of tube.
and add it to the beaker along its inner wall. Right? Is it all? It will be easier. Right. Take some amount of water in a test tube and add it to the beaker along its inner wall. Yes. Add martha. Then what is the next procedure?
Touch
Observe
the
that. We will observe that the vigorous reaction takes place between calcium oxide and water, right? With the small spots on the surface of the calcium oxide, right? Please observe that the vigorous reaction taking place between calcium oxide and water. Also, small spots on the surface of calcium oxide. Next, how do you feel when the bottom of the beaker is touched or when the beaker is touched? We feel hard or warm. Got it? Right. We feel warm or hard on touching the beaker. Then what does it indicate? We are
Change in temperature reaction is
change
taking
in
place.
temperature.
Reaction has taken place.
Yeah. Chemical reaction, of course, it is taken place. Heat produce agide andre, of course, taken place, and you can also know that in this chemical reaction, heat is produced. Heat produce agide. Got it? Next. Then, which compound is formed?
Calcium hydroxide.
Calcium hydroxide.
It is observed that the vigorous reaction taking place between calcium oxide and water, also small spots on the surface of calcium oxide and calcium hydroxide is produced. Here, calcium hydroxide is formed. Then I'll write the chemical equation. It is CaO plus H2O gives rise to CaOH twice. CaOH twice. Then should it be balanced or whether it is balanced? Is it balanced or not? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Calcium one atom,
No, sir.
calcium one atom. Hydrogen two atoms,
It's
hydrogen
balanced.
two atoms.
Balance, sir.
Oxygen two atoms. Here 1 plus 1, 2. It is already balanced only. You no need to go for balancing it again. Right, conclusion. Therefore, it is a combination reaction. Combination reaction. It is combination reaction. And we have also come to know one of the important point that on applying or when calcium hydroxide is used for whitewashing to the wall, then wall gets shiny appearance after 2 to 3 days. Reason is this calcium hydroxide reacts slowly with carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere and forms a thin layer called calcium carbonate. Due to this, wall gets shiny appearance. Okay, adonondu point here on the right. Right. Write it as a side heading. Side heading. Wall get shiny appearance. On applying calcium hydroxide solution. Calcium hydroxide solution. Even question, it can also be taken as question. Why after it becomes question. Yes, reason what you write? When calcium hydroxide is applied to the wall, it slowly reacts with carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere and forms a thin layer of shiny chemical substance called calcium carbonate. Got it? Therefore, wall gets shiny appearance. Right? But when calcium hydroxide solution is applied to the wall, or in bracket you may write whitewash. When calcium hydroxide solution is applied to the wall, then it reacts with carbon dioxide. Reacts with carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide in the atmosphere slowly and forms a thin layer of a shiny chemical substance called calcium carbonate. Therefore, wall get shiny appearance. Therefore, wall get shiny appearance. After 2 to 3 days on applying. Apply after 2 to 3 days applying calcium hydroxide solution. Alright. So let me write chemical equation with respect to this. Hope that you have finished. Chandana, Aitirama,
No, sir. No, sir.
Ashmitiya, Tushar. Okay. Write the chemical equation. It is calcium hydroxide. It reacts with carbon dioxide to form calcium carbonate, CaCO3. Then water, S2. Check that whether it is balanced. Calcium one atom, carbon one atom. Result 2 plus 2, 4. Here 3 plus 1, 4. Hydrogen 2. Here hydrogen 2. It is balanced. Got it? Yes. Next, another point with respect to this is, what is the common name of calcium carbonate? It is called
Lake.
limestone or
Lake.
carbon. Even the eggshell, whatever it is, and is also consists of a chemical compound called calcium carbonate. Right? Just one point. Calcium carbonate. Its chemical name is marble or limestone. And this is also present in eggshell. These are the two important activities with respect to combination reaction. So now we are moving to the next one. Next activities related to next chemical reaction. It is decomposition reaction. Write on the side heading. Activities related to decomposition reaction. Right? The next side heading.
Sir, sir.
ನೀವು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆಗೇನೆ ಬರಿತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬರೀ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋದಾದ್ರೆ even syllabus can be finished early. Even I am making you to write also, hence you should follow me correctly. Activities related to decomposition reaction. Activities related to decomposition reaction. Dear students, we know that in case of decomposition reaction, one single chemical substance will be there, and due to some conditions, it gets split up into 2 or more other chemical substances. So this is splitting up of one reactant into 2 or more products. We call it as decomposition, right? The actual definition on recall model, a type of chemical reaction in which a single substance gets split up into 2 or more new substances is known as decomposition reaction. Then activities. Here also we have plenty of examples. Plenty of examples are there. No number of examples are there. But in textbook, they have given 4 most important activities. I'm going to give you those activities. The very first one is, I think you are able to tell the name of this compound. It is a salt, and its color is pale green. You know what is that? Yes,
Iron sulfate.
iron
Iron
sulfate.
Iron
FeSO4.
sulfate.
Color of iron sulfate is pale green. but actually you previous class alle kaltidre. It is a hydrated salt, alva? But actual color of the salt is white only. In that, the minimum possible amount of water is present. Then hangagre, in every 1 formula unit mass, are you following? Formula unit mass. Kelidira? Have you heard? I should get response. Yes or no?
No, sir.
Have you heard about formula unit mass?
No, sir.
Aditya D.
Yes, sir.
Kelidiyanappa? Yes. Samarth? No. Formula unit mass. Laksha VD? Kelidiralwa? 9th standard alle bandide. Molecular mass is nothing but formula unit mass. Right? One formula unit mass of iron sulfate tondre adralli there will be 7 molecules of water. It can hold only 7 molecules of water. Because of this water, its color is pale green. E color alli irutte. ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ವಾಟರ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಕಲರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? It is white.
White.
Got it? The color of iron sulfate is pale green. It is due to the presence of the minimum possible amount of water. The fixed molecules of water present in 1 formula unit mass. Hanಗಾಗಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಓದುವಾಗ ನೋಡಿ ನೀವು ಬರೀ FeSO4 ಅಂದ್ರೆ how do you read this? It is iron sulfate ಅಲ್ವಾ? With 7H2 ಅಂದಾಗ hydrated iron sulfate. In laboratory, whatever we are going to use, it is nothing but hydrated iron sulfate. I mean, copper sulfate idella. Even that is also hydrated copper sulfate only. Okay. Now let us go for showing this iron sulfate undergoes decomposition reaction. Hangandre, how does it undergo decomposition reaction? Yes, students, in the yesterday's class, day before yesterday's class, only I had given you the examples with respect to this. With respect to decomposition reaction, there some chemical reactions took place by providing heat. Some chemical reaction took place, that is decomposition reaction was carried out by passing electricity. Water alli now electricity na pass ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ it gets split up into hydrogen and oxygen, right? Vismay. Similarly, we will go for taking silver chloride. NPdana, when silver chloride is exposed to the atmosphere, what happens? It turns from white to gray color. It is due to the separation. Andre silver ಮತ್ತೆ chlorine alli separate ಆಗುತ್ತೆ in the presence of sunlight. So here reaction condition is must. Here let me go for giving you the activities one by one. This is the very first activity and the question exam lo kelirappa. Explain the experiment with a neat level diagram to show decomposition of ferrous sulfate. Sumit, are you writing? Okay. Right. Activity. One. Aim of this experiment is to show the decomposition of ferrous sulfates. To show decomposition of ferrous sulfate. Here also we'll go for taking some of the materials and we will go for arranging them. Idishri, why? Okay. Decomposition of ferrous sulfate, we need some of the materials. Materials are, obviously we need some crystals of ferrous sulfate, then we need test tube. We need boiling tube. We need the Bunsen burner as well. Then test tube holder. Yes. Draw a Bunsen burner. Quick as possible. Just leave some space and draw the tube. This is Bunsen burner. Draw cylinder like this and complete in this way. Show the gas. Next, don't show the flame before that. Just okay. Here I draw a test tube. Let me draw like this. Draw the test tube. Next, here test tube holder. This is test tube holder. And is the handle. Overall, even the procedure is also very simple. Now let me explain that. Spurti Bora. I think I'm just going to draw on easy. Look, here we have taken a Bunsen burner, then we have taken a boiling tube, nothing but test tube. The test tube which is used for heating also. We call it as boiling tube and it is fitted to a test tube holder. Look, in this test tube holder, we will go for taking some crystals of iron sulfate, FeSO4, 7H2O. That is hydrated iron sulfate. Then you all know that its color. What is the color of iron sulfate?
Pale green.
Pale green.
Pale green. That is light green. Light green color green. Now, observe here. One thing you must notice that when you are heating the boiling tube or in the experiment, if you are heating the apparatus and the mouth of that apparatus should be, our test tube should be away from us, not against us. Please do remember that it should be away from us, and there, that's why I've drawn like this. Now let us go for heating the boiling tube containing ferrous sulfate crystals. The Bunsen burner flame. Please observe now. When you are heating, you should keep on observing the ferrous sulfate crystals. You know what will be your observation? You will notice that the ferrous sulfate solution, ferrous sulfate crystals will go on losing its color. That is pale green color. It becomes lighter, still lighter, lighter and lighter, and it becomes white color. Followed, because let me tell you the reason. On heating, the amount of water present in the ferrous sulfate is removed, is converted into vapor, and those vapors will be collected as small drops near the mouth of the test tube. You can notice that here. Then, when you still continue to provide the heat, then it start splitting up. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. Here iron sulfate is taken. When it is heated, first it loses its color because as it loses the water, therefore its color changes from green to white. When you continue to provide the heat, then you will notice that
Nitric oxide.
not lead oxide, lead illalappa. What you should do is, on providing the heat, then you just go for inhaling the smell that is produced while heating. When you inhale that, you will have a sensation of coughing. ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ಕೆಮ್ಮು ಬರೋ ರೀತಿ ಫೀಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. You know the reason for this? The reason is, here one of the gas is released. That gas is sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide. When you just go for inhaling the sulfur dioxide, you start coughing. You will have the feeling of cough. You follow up ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು ಅಥವಾ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆನಾ? Are you understanding what I have been telling? Okay. Just ನಿಮಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. You are nearby any one traffic area, like a circle, maybe the Gundi circle or Jayadeva circle. There will be heavy traffic. If you stand for a longer time without knowing yourself, sometimes you will go for coughing. You have such experience? Jayadeva circle nodidira illa? Mostly martogidare because 2 years of lockdown. You do not know the places. Jayadeva circle, have you seen? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
When the vehicles are when the signal is there, vehicles will be standing, but most of the vehicles will be in work only. Their engine is on. The petrol or diesel are being burned continuously. Due to this, sulfur dioxide is continuously releasing to the atmosphere. As you are in that place, you will have a feeling of coughing. Got it? Amulya NS. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತೇನಮ್ಮ? Okay. ಹಂಗೇನೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. When you are heating the test tube, you just go for inhaling that smell. Smell na ತಾಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ. You start coughing, it is due to the release of sulfur dioxide. And after that, when all the amount of sulfur dioxide gas is released, next again you just go for inhaling it. You will have a pungent smell. Do you know what is that pungent smell? Like it will
Sulfur
be like
dioxide.
experience rotten egg. ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಕೊಳ್ತೋಗಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Got it? I'm not finding such expression on your face. Rotten egg smell ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆನಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ? Some will not go for eating the ಮೊಟ್ಟೆಸ್. Okay. Listen to me. It is due to release of another gas called sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Got it? ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಒಂಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನು how this sulfur dioxide is formed? Is it not? ಇದು ಹೆಂಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ this sulfur dioxide, whatever is being released, it will be reacting with the oxygen present in the atmosphere and produces sulfur trioxide. Next, when all the amount of these two gases are released, the leftover will be a compound. This is brown in color. Is it not, Vijayalakshmi? Vijayalakshmi J. Can you hear me? Okay. ನಮಗೆ brown color residue ಉಳಿಯುತ್ತೆ. That residue is nothing but it is Fe2O3 ferric oxide. So example ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. Name the products that are formed when iron sulfate is heated. that is on heating it undergoes decomposition reaction to form iron oxide, that is ferric oxide, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide. Here one compound is iron sulfate get split up into 3 other compounds. Therefore, it is called decomposition reaction. Vijay Lakshmi, understood? Good girl, very good girl. Yes. Artha aitala? Nishka, have you understood? Then Deepashri? Okay. Then Shreyas HC. Okay. Yes. Now, hope that you have drawn that figure. Let's go for writing the procedure quick as possible with few points only. Right. Procedure. First point. What we'll do? Really? Take some crystals of iron sulfate in the test tube. Then fix it to a test tube holder. Now, procedure in ballast but when we are writing, it should be in a simplest way. Right? Take some crystals of iron sulfate or ferrous sulfate. Iron sulfate in a boiling tube. Boiling tube is nothing but test tube. Boiling tube. And fix it in the test tube holder. Fix it in the test tube holder. Test tube holder. Next one. What is the next point? After fixing it to the test tube holder, what we'll do? We will go for heating the test tube in the Bunsen burner flame. Right. Heat the test tube. Heat the test tube, nothing but boiling tube, in the Bunsen burner flame. Bunsen burner flame. Next. This is the procedure. After this procedure, just next one is you'll just keep on observing the reaction. What is your observation? First, it is observed that the pale green color of iron sulfate turns to white. Reason? As it loses water, right? Yes or no? You should keep on nodding your head.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Right. Savanur, Nikita Savanur. Right. It is observed that pale green color of iron sulfate FeSO4 7H2O turns to white as it loses water. Next, another point. What is the next point? When all the amount of water is lost, then when you continue to provide the heat, we will experience the smell of rotten egg, as well as we will also experience coughing. It is due to the release of sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. Right. Or continuing the heat, we feel of coughing due to the release of sulfur dioxide and experience the smell of rotten egg due to the release of sulfur trioxide. Next, at last what happens? At last, when all the amount of gases are released, then the whatever the leftover residue will be there, it will be in brown color. The brown color residue is obtained. What is that brown color residue? It is nothing but ferric oxide. Right. At last, brown color, brown residue will remain, which is ferric oxide. Over. Shankar, I can up. Oh, okay, good boy. Utsav. After writing this much, next point is we will have to write the chemical equation. Let's write the chemical equation. I don't have space there. I'm writing it. Chemical equation is FeSO4 gives rise to, that is on heating. It under iron sulfate undergoes decomposition reaction on heating only. If it does not get decomposed. So it should be heated. On heating, it produces a brown residue called Fe2O3, nothing but ferric oxide. Then sulfur dioxide gas is released, SO2, and also sulfur trioxide. Over. Now see that whether it is balanced or not. Iron 1 to balance illa antane gottayitu. Now it should be balanced.
2FeSO4.
What about other? Sulfur, it is also not balanced. Oxygen, here 4, here is 3, here is 2, here is 3, 3 plus 3, it's 8. Okay, it can be balanced easily, right? As the
2FeSO4.
other atom is distributed to more number of compounds, we can go for taking next one. Now, which one can be taken?
Iron.
Nandesh, Yaudo. Iron can be taken. Here 2 atoms of iron. Here is only 1. 2 of the further. Now you may come 2 atoms of iron, 2 atoms of iron, 2 atoms of sulfur. Here 1 plus 1. 2 4s are 8. 8 atoms of oxygen. Here 3 2 3 8. It is balanced. And in this chemical equation, you can come to know that one single substance gets split up into 3 other substances. Therefore, it is called decomposition reaction. What is the condition under which this decomposition reaction takes place? Reaction condition.
Heat.
So the heat is represented with a symbol called delta. Matte triangle anna hogbedi idana. This is delta. Right. This is decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction. Yes. Still some more activities are there. You may feel that we are moving little bit slowly. Of course, it is acceptable. We are moving a bit slowly because chemistry part is like this. If you go on bit faster. You know, you'll come to know what is the concept, but you'll be struggling to understand the concept. So that is why I'm moving in detail. Please do follow the same. And today, whatever the information I've given, please do practice this today itself. Okay? Idu new practice madlebeku. In the examination point of view, it's important. Even they've asked to write the procedure. But oh, experiment is there. Let's go for by hearting it. Please practice to write the experiment procedure on your own words. By heart model kogbidi. You have already come to 10th. So concept of by hearting should be removed. Only understanding and expressing in your own way. Yes. With this, let us stop the class. Tomorrow I'm going to continue the same chapter. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.